Well, you have been learning English for a while now, but it seems to you that your goal of attaining fluency in the language is still far away beyond your sight. And you often wonder, when am I gonna get there? How long will it take me to speak English fluently? Nothing out of ordinary. Almost every single learner has this question in their mind off and on. And why wouldn't it be? After all, we all want to see our efforts and plan find fruition as quickly as possible. But there are few things in life that take a long time to come to fruition. Apparently, learning English is one of them. Moreover, it's not easy to figure out how long does it take to get fluent in English, as there are many factors that can influence the amount of time required to gain fluency in the language, such as your attitude, your motivation level, your learning style, time you spend with the language, and many more. This is even more complicated because learning a language is not linear. This means you don't simply go from zero to fluent English in a straight line. Of course, there are ups and downs. For instance, in some situations, your English can be fluent, but in others, you can struggle to express yourself. So regardless of everything else, learning a language is just like any other skill, such as playing a guitar, riding a bike, or driving a car. And when it comes to learning a new skill, we all have to go through 4 stages in the learning process. This is known as stages of competence. Knowing what stage you are in can speed up your learning process and save you a lot of frustration, trouble, and feeling of inadequacy. So let's talk about these stages in the context of learning English. Well, the very first stage in the learning process is unconscious incompetence. This is the stage of blissful ignorance, and it comes even before your actual learning begins. In this stage, you don't know much about the skill and you don't even know how much you don't know. You are in the complete dark with no perspective whatsoever. In other words, you have only a very rudimentary understanding of what mastery of skill might involve. Completely normal. We are likely unconsciously incompetent in any area where we have no experience whatsoever. If I talk about it in the context of learning English, you don't have any knowledge of English at all. And you have no idea as what kind of efforts, time, and practice it will take to gain proficiency in the language. Since you have no real idea as what kind of obstacles and challenges you might face later in the process, you are full of confidence, excitement, and enthusiasm. Conscious incompetence is the second stage in the model. In this stage, you have learned enough about English as a language. Now you have a clear picture in front of you that enable you to realize how far away your goal of attaining fluency in the language is, and the kind of efforts and practice it will take to get there. Your actual learning begins in this stage and you are at the bottom of a long learning curve. The stage is largely academic or intellectual. You have to be intellectually aware of each and everything you are doing. Nothing is intuitive. You need total focus and concentration. You progress step by step. The stage can be a bit uncomfortable because at times you don't really know what exactly you are doing. So it's easy to feel stupid and powerless. All you need is persistence to move to the next stage. You learn to read, write, and comprehend the language, develop your vocabulary, and learn grammar rules. At the end of the stage, you have a much better understanding of syntax and semantic, and you are able to structure sentences in English efficiently. The next stage in the process is conscious competence. Now this stage can be the hardest one, particularly if you are learning English in a non-English environment. We tend to learn, grow, and thrive better in a positive and conducive environment. But non-English environment for an English learner is the biggest challenge in itself. This is what my personal experience says. In this stage, you know English very well. Reading, writing, listening, and understanding the language come easily and effortlessly to you now. You have good vocabulary and you know grammar rules well. However, when it comes to speaking the language, you need to concentrate and focus a lot. You often get stuck for words and tend to make a lot of mistakes while speaking the language. Fear of making mistakes, hesitation while speaking, and not getting words instantly and automatically are some of the common challenges you will face in this stage. Most of the learners fail to overcome these challenges and eventually give up. Very few learners push on and manage to find their way into the next stage. Now, if you want to join the club of fluent English speaker, here you need to change your mindset. You need to have a different mindset, a mindset that pushes you to show up for practice every single day, a mindset that allows you to make mistakes and bold enough to speak the language fearlessly in any situation. Easier said than done, I know. But is it possible to get fluent in any language without ever speaking it? Absolutely not. There is no replacement for practice. So don't get stuck gathering more and more knowledge about English. You already have enough of it. It's time to go out and speak it. So create an environment for yourself where you get to speak the language regularly. Speak and speak a lot. This is the only way to get to the next stage. The real magic happens in the final stage. From total darkness, discomfort, frustration experienced in stage 1 and 2, through consistent and relentless practice in stage 3, you enter fourth and final stage, which is unconscious competence. In this stage, your ability to perform the skill has become almost second nature. A conscious focus is no longer needed to execute the skill effectively, efficiently, and effortlessly. Now you are automatic. You are often able to do other things alongside of it. Speaking of it in context of learning English, now you are able to speak the language confidently and fluently with high degree of accuracy and consistency. Now you are in flow state. Words come to you instantly and automatically while speaking. Now you have attained fluency in the language in the real sense of the term. So what stage are you in? I know you still can't figure out how long will it take you to get fluent in English, but I'm sure now you can put things in perspective. Learning English is a long process. Of course, it takes time, but it is not something that is impossible to achieve. Just stick around and show up for practice regularly. Don't focus too much on the outcome. You can't control it. Your mindset is the only thing you get to control. So position yourself to stay focused on the process, your habits, and your routine. Incorporate the language in your routine and make it your habit. And you're not too far from being a fluent English speaker. So well, this brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked it, leave a like. Consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll see you very soon. Until then, it's Inder. We shine anywhere and everywhere. Saying goodbye.